I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
All the news on Mayweather Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Retires for 1 year and 1 day.
And Mayweather is right at that age, almost 50, where guys fall off a cliff.
Yep.
And he has the undefeated record to protect.
And
right?
it's Mayweather's identity, right? That's its whole identity.
That's why Mayweather doesn't want it to be a pro fight. Because you want to just safeguard that record.
50-0 is a big thing. And if you lose that, it's like, okay, Floyd, you know, so. But I would make an expedition because who's not going to watch it?
It's not up to him. He already signed a contract. It's a real fight.
That's what I don't get. How you sign a contract and you saying it's not?
About retiring undefeated. It's interesting because you can retire. A lot of guys have passed Rocky Marciano 49-0, but then they kept fighting and they lost.
Chavez.
Right?
For all the examples we've seen, him suing Showtime for $300 million, him foreclosing on multiple properties, him losing on investments on multiple properties, him buying a lot of depreciating assets, and him all of a sudden looking to box very much in the year 2026. Floyd losing money Mayweather, as the chatter says, is in dire straits financially. Now again, is he got more money than me? Yeah, but he also spends a lot more money than me, which is why I thought him coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao, I mean, it made dollars, so sure, it makes sense. But for him to put his pro record on the line means this is really bad for Floyd. Well, turns out it could be as bad as we thought, or potentially worse. Or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys. Or Floyd Mayweather is trying to scam Netflix.
Boxing world is on fire after Mayweather has breached the contract by lying to everyone. Oscar De La Hoya slams Mayweather for breaching contracts and lying, claiming fear of losing his 50-0 record blocks a real rematch. De La Hoya insists even Mayweather's father knew he deserved the first win, urging Floyd to prove his courage.
All the news on Mayweather Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right.
Oscar De La Hoya mocks Mayweather for dodging a real Pacquiao fight, citing their own rematch clause. He says Floyd retired to protect his 50-0 record. Now Oscar wants a rematch, or even Jake Paul, while accusing Floyd of fearing Manny.
Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go!
At the same time, Manny Pacquiao has dug hard at Mayweather, accusing him of first taking his advance purse for a real fight deal, and now insisting he stop making excuses, otherwise he won't agree to an exhibition.
He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
Well, we all look forward to that fight.
I mean, he signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses, no.
Jazz Mather, CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, has issued an ultimatum to Floyd Mayweather Jr., warning he is in breach of contract with serious consequences ahead. He stressed the violations extend beyond one issue, including the scheduled bout with Greek kickboxer Mike Zambidis, giving Floyd just 1 day to resolve matters before legal action proceeds.
Right now, he's in the breach. He's in a breach. He has to provide, some form of acknowledgement that he is going to cure this breach by tomorrow, end of business day. And if there's no acknowledgement that he intends on curing these multiple breaches, I'm not just saying one. I mean, listen, one of the breaches in there is his Greece fight that he's posting, his exhibition against the Greece fighter, the Greek fighter. Like, he can't do that. He can't do that fight. It's a direct breach of this contract. So he has to provide a notice that he's willing to cure. His team has to provide that. And if they don't, then it's next steps.
Jazz Mather went further, presenting proof of the agreement by reading the contract aloud, clearly stating the rematch is professional and officially sanctioned. He emphasized the word professional appears 11 times, adding that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had already signed and received an advance purse.
Let me read out something to you here, okay? The main event bout of the boxing program will be a boxing match between Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. The match will be a professional and sanctioned match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao, and the final rules for which shall be subject to the mutual agreement of Pacquiao and Mayweather and subject to further approval of Netflix.
So I don't hear exhibition nowhere near in that statement.
The word professional is in this contract 11 times.
Oh, wow.
Another part, and which will be a professional and sanctioned boxing match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao.
The situation is getting worse. Manny Pacquiao insists that after getting his advance, Floyd cannot make excuses. Boxing experts are reviewing one of the most unprofessional buildups to a rematch. Wade Plemons suggests something very off is happening behind the scenes with management on either side. He claims Floyd is trying to scam Netflix by creating this mess.
At a level of this fight where people given separate contracts, where people given contracts that didn't say the same thing, that would be one of the most unprofessional things you could do, not trying to point the gun on Netflix or whoever else put this together. But something is off. Something's completely off, because you got one person saying, this is a real fight. You got the promotion saying, this is a real fight. You got Floyd Mayweather saying, no, this is an exhibition. There's two things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys, or Floyd Mayweather is trying to scam Netflix. That is the only two things that can be possible here. Because we then get the report, as of yesterday, that Floyd Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse.
Wade has strong references to his claims. As reported by ESPN, the rematch is now in jeopardy, with Mayweather already receiving his cash in advance, something that raised the eyebrows of boxing experts. Wade believes there could be some upfront gain, but to pay Mayweather upfront is bizarre. He suggests it points to something scripted or Floyd simply trying to undermine Netflix by making a bag.
Fight it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partially, but still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still make a bag.
This is not the first time Mayweather has tried to scam and undermine a situation. Wade recalls Floyd's past fights, having been an eyewitness himself, when Floyd, despite arriving at the venue, insisted on being paid an insane amount of money or he wouldn't fight. He reflects on the Logan Paul situation, where Mayweather scammed a Dubai company involved in fight marketing, indicating there is much more to this drama.
Floyd has done this for years. He has done this for years. Especially after his pro career. When he was doing these exhibitions, he would not show up to things he was obligated to do, take advances. Even the Deji fight, you can ask Deji, I was there. Floyd demanded that they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions. And obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially scamming royalty like Prince whoever in Dubai and stole his money.
The boxing community is ablaze as Max Kellerman and Mike Coppinger share their takes. They believe Mayweather is hunting for a clean escape, avoiding responsibility to shield his career from backlash. Specialists caution that this approach endangers his legacy, given the contract violation and Netflix's close watch could bring real fallout, proving that dodging the truth won't come easy for Money Mayweather.
Chaz Mather, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. That it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere. So I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not.
I think what puts a damper on Mayweather Pacquiao 2 was Mayweather Pacquiao 1. The big letdown of a fight.
That's another damper.
But yeah, this is like, all you have to ask yourself, Gabe, to me about when a fight is made is, are you going to watch it live or not? When it's on, are you going to watch it, yes or no?
I'm definitely watching.
Yeah, me too. So, like, everyone can shut up, right? Because we're all going to watch.
But I would not watch it if it's an exhibition, not necessarily live.
Yeah, you would. You'd still watch it.
I don't really watch all the exhibitions live.
Yeah, but whatever they call it, you're going to watch it.
Maybe.
But you're right, though, as an official fight, because it brings in the intrigue of, we just saw Manny draw against a world-class fighter, whatever you want to say about Barrios.
Barrios is...
And Mayweather is right at that age, almost 50, where guys fall off a cliff.
Yep.
And he has the undefeated record to protect.
Max Kellerman argues the true motive behind Mayweather ducking a professional fight is fear, safeguarding his flawless record. Kellerman notes other boxers staged comebacks and lost, with Pacquiao recently lasting the full distance against a younger Mario Barrios. Mayweather, now past his peak, is manufacturing this entire situation to avoid any blemish on his perfect resume.
And it's Mayweather's identity, right? That's its whole identity.
That's why Mayweather doesn't want it to be a pro fight, because you want to just safeguard that record.
50 knows a big thing, and if you lose that, it's like, okay, Floyd, you know, so. But I would make an expedition because who's not gonna watch it?
It's not up to him. He already signed a contract. It's a real fight.
That's what I don't get. How you sign a contract that you saying it's
about
not?
Retiring undefeated. It's interesting because you can retire. A lot of guys have passed Rocky Marciano 49-0. But then they kept fighting and they lost.
Chavez.
Right? Yeah, Chavez has won. There have been others.
The rematch now hangs by a thread. Gabe Rosado believes Mayweather was advised to avoid a professional fight, but with major financial troubles, he accepted the deal for a real bout. According to reports, Mayweather collected his purse up front and now is trying to escape the situation to protect his undefeated record. Inside the ring, experts seriously doubt the fight happens, as Pacquiao insists he will only proceed if Mayweather fully commits to a legitimate professional bout and clears the air.
I don't need to come back.
Yeah, and
smart. So he didn't fight again.
I don't really before do you think the fight happens now?
Brother.
Being that it's an official pro fight?
Like, I do, Gabe.
It was probably not advised.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, look, obviously Floyd, covets his record and certainly doesn't want to losing a fight when he's, way past his prime and not even active. But he needs the money, clearly. We've seen what's in the news, and I'm not in his pockets or anything, but he's going to make a lot of money, and rightfully so. I don't see him turning down a major payday over this, but we'll bear watching. And also, I'm told that further to that, Pacquiao has no interest in this if it's not a real fight.
If I'm Floyd, I'm not fighting unless it's just a regular. If it's a pro fight, I'm not. Why would I do it? I'm old.
Because you need the money.
I don't know if he needs. I ain't getting the man's pocket.
Assuming he does.
I don't know if he needs the money or not.
Let's assume he does. That's why he's coming down. Just assume.
The ongoing drama has put Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s psychological state in the spotlight, raising questions about whether he is dodging Manny Pacquiao because of the contract controversy, or if deeper problems exist. Showbiz The Adult reports that after speaking with Mayweather's son, it was revealed that Money Mayweather may not feel emotionally or spiritually prepared to move forward with a legitimate professional fight.
How do you beat Manny Pacquiao on the second go around?
We both winners. Because it's an exhibition, so we're both winners.
Listen, bro, I told you guys, having it be a professional fight didn't make sense. Be 51-0, 50-1. Floyd Mayweather was going to touch and play with his legacy like that. On top of that, I had Manny winning that fight. I know Floyd was looking good in the gym because his son said something to me on Instagram, said, "You don't know how my dad is looking." But spiritually, it's just hard, bro. Just like a pro fight with Manny. Why? Manny's insane. He's driven by the comeback, the revenge, and all that. Floyd is in a far more confident space. He won the big fight. He could go on the rest of his life chilling. I don't see Floyd as ducking it. It just doesn't make sense.
All of this has only reinforced the belief that Floyd is genuinely broke. Jazz Mather has now given Mayweather an ultimatum to resolve the situation while emphasizing that a contract breach has already taken place. According to Mather, that violation occurred the moment Floyd signed a deal with Mike Zambitis. This clearly explains why Floyd would agree to a 3-fight arrangement while risking his legacy by deceiving everyone into thinking the rematch is merely an exhibition instead of a legitimate fight.
I mean, it's unfortunate that it's come to what it's come to. Obviously, when we first heard about him having a 3-fight deal, we understood why he's having a 3-fight deal. I gave my name to people that he could have fought, that could have helped him if he was in financial crisis and needed to recoup some of that money back. And Manny Pacquiao was one of the names. It's crazy that it's even got to this point. I don't even know what to think about it at this point. Obviously, signing multiple deals and getting in advance and having them pay you ahead of the fight. I mean, like, is that normal? Does that happen?
Netflix may be preparing to sue Floyd Mayweather Jr. over this contract breach, again exposing his fragile post-retirement finances. Issues include a reported $1.5 million dispute linked to Logan Paul and other unpaid debts. A visibly shocked Mike Tyson remarked that without smart money management, even a legendary boxing fortune can vanish in no time.
I don't know anything about no networks doing I used to have problems with HBO because we had problems. It was a promoter problem. But the fact is his life to live it the way he should live it. You know, it may not be the right life, but it's his life to live the way he wants. And nobody could say anything about it. They're making a big joke about his life and he owes money. He's a human being, he make mistakes. People don't understand it's the art in saving money. You know, you handle money, you don't understand the art of saving money, you're screwed. And you could be anybody. You could be a little kid, you could be the smartest person in the world. It's an art in handling money. If you can't master that art, you're screwed.
Facing mounting pressure from a potential lawsuit and escalating financial woes, Floyd Mayweather Jr. now finds himself in a serious predicament. Boxing analysts have intensified their criticism, including Paulie Malignoni, who notes that while Mayweather isn't technically bankrupt, he is dangerously over-leveraged, making the situation far more complex. Malignoni insists the rematch must proceed precisely under the original terms, demanding Mayweather honor his Netflix agreement and fulfill every contractual obligation he signed.
Woes of Mayweather, as far as him wanting to come back and make a bag of money, then I think the fight has to happen regardless. You know, what other direction can you go if you're Floyd and if you really are in these kind of positions? You know, I've been the one to say it. I don't say that Floyd is broke. I think people overuse that word. I think he's likely over leveraged, and when there's a difference between being over leveraged and being broke. Being over leveraged, if you're not careful, can lead you to being broke, but being over leveraged also you can just rebound and make a bag of money, and now you're perfectly leveraged, then you're fine, and you still have all that stuff that you had before, you know. So I think if that's the case, regardless, I think Floyd probably may be forced to do it the way Netflix decides to do it.
Still, Paulie Malignani remains convinced that Floyd Mayweather Jr. genuinely wants the fight to be a real competitive clash, mainly because official bouts generate massive income. He notes negotiations remain active, with several details still unresolved. Malignani argues the fight must stay a sanctioned event, since legal betting in the US drives revenue far beyond what any exhibition could deliver, making a legitimate matchup far more lucrative.
But we'll see how things go on the inside. These are inner negotiations. I think it's more interesting if it is a real fight, first and foremost, with gambling being legal in the United States now, all over the United States. You know, it brings in that much more revenue because you can gamble on a real fight. You cannot. There's no gambling on an exhibition because there's no real winner and loser in an exhibition. So that makes it very, very different, and that, you know, gives the image of the fight, the branding of the fight, a whole new vibe if it's a real fight as opposed to if it's an exhibition. So, you know, a lot to be discussed here before this thing goes on.
Wade's claim that Floyd might be trying to scam Netflix is beyond anything imaginable in this entire drama. The ongoing situation has drawn sympathy from many fans towards Mayweather, yet critics have started rebranding him Pity Mayweather instead of Money Mayweather. Adding more tension, rumors of a potential lawsuit involving Showtime and Al Heyman are being dismissed by some as a smokescreen for his own legal issues. Wade Plemons alleges Floyd is selling off properties, reportedly at steep discounts, to stay afloat amid mounting debts and lawsuits, highlighting the intensifying financial and reputational pressure on the boxing legend.
He builds this immaculate place in Vegas thinking he's going to turn it over. Like, he's flipped a couple of different properties. I'll give him some credit there. I think he flipped a house in Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make.
According to Wade Plemons, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is collapsing under immense financial pressure. He points to a recently filed $340 million lawsuit that Mayweather allegedly disregarded, along with unpaid tax bills, suggesting his wealth may be far less secure than assumed. With a planned ring comeback, a potential rematch against Manny Pacquiao, and possible Mike Tyson involvement on the horizon, Plemons argues Floyd's primary motivation appears financial. Rather than safeguarding his legacy, he seems focused on recovering from substantial monetary losses.
I told you guys, Floyd is going broke, and there's no other clear explanation other than, you know, we can look through the court documents of him versus Showtime, but missing $340 million, being years and years behind on his taxes, that's clearly the motivation for this. And because Floyd, obviously, you know, he is one of the best of all time, so if he still can do it. But Mike Tyson, followed by Manny Pacquiao, will get you out of a lot of financial bad situations and bad decision making. So this is why I think Floyd is doing this more than anything else, leveraging his 50-0 career, because that will bring in the viewership, and Netflix being the partner here.
Wade Plemons has revealed that Floyd misled Logan Paul's camp. Fanmio Boxing reportedly handled the $10 million exhibition, with Mayweather promising Paul a share of the revenue. Yet after the event, Plemons claims Floyd disappeared, leaving both the company and Paul uncertain about any payments. He notes this is far from an isolated incident. Similar warning signs have emerged before, including alerts from Gervonta Davis about Floyd's Dubai business dealings, and now these repeated patterns are finally being exposed to the public.
Out here scamming Dubai royalty is crazy. This is a story I also heard from Gervonta Davis when he said that Floyd owed them people in Dubai money. He scammed some person, some business person, some royalty in Dubai out of $10 million to stage. Remember, it was supposed to be like Floyd versus Logan on like a helipad or like on the top of the Burj Khalifa or something. It was way back, again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back.
So is Money Mayweather now Pity Mayweather? The contracts are signed, the purse is paid, but the fight looks dead. One thing remains clear: the truth always collects its debt. Is Floyd protecting his 50-0 record, or is the money really gone? Comment your thoughts below. Subscribe and stay locked in, because this drama is far from over.